Hello, hello, hello. It's been a while since I've done a video or streamed or anything. Been awfully busy. But anyway, I've had a coaching request from Lee. It's Waluigi Pinball Fast Lap. So he's got quite a good fast lap. 38.72, I think it was. I've watched it a couple of times, but I'll just play it through again, just start to finish, and then we'll see what we can suggest. Hopefully the cropping's okay. The side's cropping's just from the video. But hey, anyway. I think overall the start's pretty good. I think the 270 is the first obvious part to improve, I think. Okay. Yes, 782. You can't see it because of the way I've cropped it, but it's a 782. Take my word for it, please. Thank you. Um, okay, so I think there isn't going to be a huge amount to say because when you've got a 38.7, it's not exactly like your run's full of holes everywhere. It's just going to be some nitpicky stuff here or there. One thing I noticed is I see you try to do the faster start with a hop. Now, obviously, it's quite good that you try to do that. I think, if I remember rightly, I think it's actually 2 hops. So, I apologise if the video is a bit loud. I'll just turn it down a bit. But basically, I think you have to do a hop to the left a little bit, and then another hop into the cannon. So it's like 2 hops, not just one. But you got to be careful that you don't press left until you're in midair already, otherwise you lose all the benefit because you have a slight slowdown by pressing left while you're on the ground, which is basically steering. But anyway, it's a small point, and it's not going to save you a lot of time regardless, so not a big point here. Probably wouldn't change too much how you do the starts. I'm just wondering if I don't think it's too bad. Maybe I'm being nitpicky, but it just feels like you're maybe delaying this MT a little bit. And it's okay, but it feels like that's partially the reason why you go a little bit wide here. But it's not a big deal. And it's good that you go generally more forward facing, because it's pretty much fully established now that you want to be facing quite far forward when you're going in midair here. So really, like I say, the first part I'd probably improve is the 270. Like the setup's fine, but it looks like you do a delay here. And so let me just. So it looks like you're delayed in releasing MT a little bit. I'm not 100% sure if that's the case, but it looks like it. And as you can see, I don't know whether this is deliberate or not, but I can see a slight drift, and I don't know whether that's because you got a bad landing with a bad placement in the hop, or whether it's deliberate. But you absolutely don't want to do that. I've pretty much always had good results by just going for the MT reasonably quickly, like not delaying it, and then just a simple hop to take you around, not a drift. Because if you're going just a little bit wide, especially because it's such a tight corner, you lose a surprising amount of time just by going that little bit wider. So if you do it right, there shouldn't be any delays, no drift. It'll just take you around nicely. And then if you do clip the wall, it just means your positioning or timing was wrong, basically. Like you were either like too far away from the wall when you started, or too close, or you got too much of a spin landing or whatever. But really, with a decent spin landing and positioning roughly where you've landed, just an immediate MT and then just a hop after release with no drift, and it should save you time. You should get better lines, and as well as that, it'll carry you further around the corner, so you can use a shroom a little bit later if required. Also, for 3 lap times, it's better because again you'll finish a bit further around the track before your MT runs out, which is good for shroomless because like you're gonna have a bit of downtime with MT after. But yeah, anyway, I think for the most part the fast fall here is okay, but I do feel like that maybe a bit of a delay in the fast fall. Like you shouldn't have to delay the fast fall here. I do agree it can be a bit tough, especially if you're landing into a drift. But I just find, you know, even if it just means like aggressively facing further forward this way, if you just like fast fall, just go into a fast fall straight away. That should be another time save. Like with this one and the 270 done better, you could easily probably save 1/10, like 0.1 of a second. So I think you probably could do that there. And then this is probably a bit nitpicky as well. I don't think the delay is necessarily too bad here, because it does carry your boost nicely along here. However, I do find that if you're reasonably efficient with your first 2 MTs, particularly here, you can go quite close to this wall throughout this section, and then there isn't really a need to delay this MT so much. And also as well, you can add a touch of fast fall if you do it nicely and set it all up early. So it's like I would actually say these 3 MTs, these LMTs, are worth trying to do quite quickly if you can, just because it can tighten the whole thing up. Because like there's nothing wrong with your line as such, but you could be a little bit more aggressive probably, and with faster MTs and a little bit more aggression, you don't have to delay the MT here, and you can probably get an even faster time, like I say. And I think the last part is probably the bumper hits. Well, the second one. Like, this one's fine, but I just don't like how you set this up with the double hop. Now, generally speaking, double hopping or hopping downhill slightly slower. Now, you have to hop a lot in order for it to be significantly slower. So I think people just seem to shy away from it as if it's like, oh, you should almost never like double hop downhill. It's like it's not that bad. Like one double hop's not going to break a run. But I do think in terms of just simply MT spacing, I don't think it's such a good way to do it personally. I'll just double check. I think you do run out of boost before the. It does seem like you run out of boost, or you're more likely to run out of boost when that bumper hit. And also, I'm not 100% sure if it's that good a line, but simply all you have to do is after this MT, you had room to spare with this one. You can delay this MT a little bit more. You can use it to help with your line as well if you have to, just delaying it with a bit more right or a bit more left inputs depending on what you need. And you just delay that a little bit longer so that then you've got that little bit more MT before you reach this bumper, and it should give you better spacing and less boost downtime between the bumper hits. It should help you, I think, if you just delay this one a little longer. Not much, like I don't know, like a 1/10 of a second or so, or 10 frames if you want. It would be enough to probably just about carry your boost the whole way down to this bumper, and it would be a lot better. Also, at the pace you're at, with improvements as well, always consider trying the snaking strategy into this bumper, because if you do get it, it's probably faster as well. Admittedly, not much until you get to a higher level probably, but I would say it's well worth considering. If it's not faster for you, it's fine, but it's a missed opportunity if it does turn out to be faster and you've not tried it. So always consider that as well. But yeah, I think otherwise, just be nitpicky. Nothing really wrong with your line, but just always be mindful to really push towards this wall at this point. The more aggressively you push towards this wall, you'd be amazed at how much you can actually save time and how much you can carry your MTs around the corner. But overall, pretty good ending. And it is a solid lap, so there's not like there's glaring weaknesses. It's just small refinements, minor refinements here or there. Um, so probably quite a quick one, but because I watched this a couple of times over and I know this track a lot better than some, I feel like it was an easier one for me to critique on. So I think the main takeaways would be, aside from everything else I've said, the main ones would be sort out your 270 turn here. So like just get this empty out, and then it's correct to hop but don't drift. So just get that empty out quickly and then hop and then steer. You're good. Um, Try to be a little bit more aggressive with the fast fall in here, and then maybe try to be a bit more aggressive with your line and your MT speed here, so that you don't have to hold this MT. It's more for like better line than anything else, but it's decent. And then space this MT out a bit more, just a little bit, or alternatively try the staking strategy, and that's pretty much it. So, um, just DM me if you have any questions about that, Lee, and anyone else. If you're on the Mario Kart DS network, just direct message me. Direct message me with a request. I will do it when I get a chance. Admittedly, it might take a few days before I have an opportunity, but I will do it. So like, don't be scared to ask for help. So hopefully that helps you and it helps other people as well who maybe want a bit of refinement on here. Um, Hoping I might stream soon as well, but just finding time's tough. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you when I see you.